Hi everyone, welcome back. This is Nikki. I'm coming to you guys today with a cooking video. I'm cooking some Salisbury steak with mushroom and onion gravy. So what I have here is 2.5 pounds of ground beef because I want to make a lot for more than one day. And I have 2 bouillon cubes, and I have some ketchup here, flour for the gravy, and I have 1 onion chopped up, some butter, some minced garlic, but if you have fresh garlic, that's even better. I have some Worcestershire sauce. I have some stovetop stuffing here. I'm using this stovetop stuffing instead of the breadcrumbs. And I have 2 eggs, but I will be putting 3 eggs in. Salt and pepper, mushrooms, and I have 1 cup of chicken broth. Well, I'm going to put 2 cups in, but if you have beef broth, go ahead and use that beef broth. So what you want to do now is go ahead and soften up the breadcrumbs. Now, these breadcrumbs have seasoning in them already. That's why I'm not putting any seasoning in the meat. So I'm going to go ahead and pour that in the bowl. Next, I'm going to go ahead and put my eggs in. I'm going to put some of the onions. Now, you don't have to put the onions in. You can just save all your onions for the gravy. If you don't want the onions inside of your meat, don't put them in there. 2 chicken bouillon cubes. And I'm going to go ahead and put my ketchup in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and mix all of the ingredients together. Incorporate everything in there together because you want it together so the patties can stay together. You want it like pasty like. So I'm gonna mix this up. I'm kind of struggling with these gloves. I ordered the wrong gloves on Amazon, but I need to order some more. I kind of like the gloves that stick to your, snug to your hand. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get these incorporated all up. Mix. Now here I have it together, and I've already made my patties. That's what I have left, so I'm going to make another meal with that. So I have these patties already ready, getting ready to go in the hot pot. The hot skillet. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in. You want to put them in some hot grease because you want to cook them on 1 minute on the first side. It depends on how brown you want your meat. I like mine a little darker brown, so I maybe cook mine a little longer than a minute. But yeah, the meat will not be done. We just cooking the outside, sealing the outside. So when you put it in the gravy, it'll stay together while it cook in the gravy. So we got the meat here. We're going to go ahead and flip them over. That's how I like it. So we're going to flip them over right now. And if you don't want them that dark, you can flip yours before the time. You can always lift it up and check under the meat, So yeah, we're going to go ahead and flip these and let them go for another couple of few minutes on the other side. Okay, those couple of minutes are up, so we're going to go ahead and take the meat out. I think I had another one-hand action here. I need to turn this pot around, but yeah, you get the point. We're just taking the meat out, and then once we get the meat out, I'm going to drain some of that grease out of that pot. And add my onions. See, right here's the point where you could, if you didn't want the onions in your meat, just go ahead and add them right now at this point. And we're going to let these onions cook for a minute or so. And then if you have the fresh garlic, you let the onions soften a little bit and then add your garlic because you don't want your garlic to burn. So after me letting my onions go, I'm adding the minced garlic in. And then if you don't even want garlic in here, you can just omit that out as well. So I'm going to go ahead and add my butter. Let it melt. And now I'm adding my mushrooms. Okay, once we get the mushrooms in, we're going to go ahead and stir it all in, mix it together. So the mushrooms can cook for about 2 to 3 minutes till they get a little golden brown. So now we have the mushrooms cooked and they're ready to go. So we're going to get ready and add our flour to make the gravy. Okay, go ahead and add the flour. Then we're going to stir the flour up and let it cook for 2 to 3 minutes. Yeah, you want to cook that flour taste out of it. So like, 2 or 3 minutes will be good. Just turn your turn your eye on medium and let it cook for 2 to 3 minutes, and then we're gonna go ahead and add our liquid. So I'm pouring in the chicken broth right now. So if you got the beef broth, go ahead and use beef broth. Okay, that was 1 can of beef broth, and I'm stirring it in. Like I said, you want enough to cover your meat because it's going to simmer down. So I'm adding the rest of that cup and then stirring it up. And as you can see, the juices are down. So I'm going to go ahead and add some more. That's the, I think in total I add 2 cans of chicken broth. And then now I'm adding the salt and pepper. Stir it up. You want to stir it and taste it. At this point, season it to your likings. Okay, I'm adding my cup of water now. Well, half of the cup of water, so I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of the water. Now I'm adding my meat in. And we're going to let this simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes because I have a lot of liquids that need to simmer, that need to cook down. Okay, this is just perfect, just how I want it. If you don't want your gravy this thick, just add a little more liquid to loosen it up, and you'll be just great. It'll be just fine. Just add a little more liquid. But I won't mind this thick because we're going to put these over some mashed potatoes. Guys, I thank you all for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment down below if you have any questions, and I will talk to you guys in the next one.